Hello everybody, apologies for the very late start tonight. I put Candyland on request, turn it up a little bit, we'll turn the music down soon, so don't panic too much. How's it going? The blank game weeks are finally here. We've only been talking about them for 37 weeks at this point. Not even game weeks, 37 weeks it feels like. We're finally here. One more day of decisions, and that is it. I'm actually going away tomorrow, so although I won't do my transfers tonight, I'll keep an eye on the news. I'm not going to be following too much of the football tomorrow, so I'm basically just going to be checking in on any final press conference news and then making my transfers. Basically, how are we all anyway? How are we all? Do you know what? After doing, this is the 94th stream now, I still never know how to introduce it. I'm like torn between just saying hi, just seeing who's. Got home quite late because traffic was awful. I had to go into the shops before I got home. Boring. No live transfers. I do like live transfers, and I know there's been much less this year, but that's mostly because last year I streamed on Friday quite a lot. Whereas this year I've mostly streamed on Thursdays. For good reason. Obviously, one, it's not a weekend day for me. And two, it gives people an extra day to watch if they want to catch up. Obviously, if I do it on Friday, and that's it. You only have Friday night and Saturday morning to watch it, so that's why there's not been as many live transfers. I mean, there's just no reason for me to do it. Money's not an issue, not really. I kind of know what I'm going to do. Vote on the polls, by the way. Top right hand corner, click on the little eye. One of the polls is to help me out. Now, I've put this question on Twitter already and got mostly what's the word? I can't think of the bloody word. Conclusive. What's the word? Majority. Got the majority. A majority answer. So basically, it's I'm definitely going to do Kane to a striker. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a -8 to get up to 11 players. So that will either be Van Aanholt and Mane. And Mane's the reason I don't have a Liverpool defender already, because I've been waiting for Mane to come in. So it's Van Aanholt and Mane, or Stanislas and Van Dijk. How is Mane going to drop tonight? That makes no sense whatsoever. So many 50-50 decisions this week. We're bound to get some wrong. By the way, I realise I've missed loads of messages in the chat. There's a few people, I think, said it's their first live stream. Tim Dixon, barely got here while it's live and I have a chance to comment. Just got to say hey and thanks for the time. Have a good one. Cheers, man. Thanks for tuning in. Someone else said that as well. Mark Nunez, regular viewer, first time live. Welcome. Mane can't be dropping. Let me have a look on FPL statistics. That would make, like, out of all the... Oh, he's rising. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. My overall ranked target's probably 10k this year, I'd say. I still think I can do that. For every 100 likes, you make one live transfer. Nah. I was trying to think of some different things we could do with the stream, though. Have, like, some different segments. So I was thinking one could be, like, a 5 or 10 minute just yes or no. Or questions, basically, from the chat that are... You know, either or questions. King or Wilson. Should I take a -4, yes or no? No other answers. Jamal Rice with the 199. Thank you very much, my man. Where are you now, anyway, in the league? I know Bowstring, who we had on recently, didn't go too well this week. But obviously, he's still ridiculously high up the rankings. I think I'm okay on this, but I'll just switch to this playlist to be sure. Candyland's actually what I play on all my non-stream videos, so it should be okay. You've got a uni assignment and you still need to find 700 words. Oof, ouch. Just make the font bigger. I know that doesn't work for the word count, but I'm taking more space on the paper. Where's Drake? I know. I'd love for Drake to turn up and play FPL. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Andy Murray or someone like that who plays Peter Crouch. Oh, I'd love to have Peter Crouch on. Ask him how well he's going to do this weekend. I actually saw, I've got Peter Crouch. And obviously I'm not expecting anything, but I've secretly been thinking he could start. But now, Juve is apparently back. Let me turn the music down a sec. Or he could be back, sorry. Mark Hughes is going to do like a late test, so we'll see. All I'll say to people looking at -12s and things like that, it's going to be difficult to nail that. Let's be honest. Now, the thing with the blank game weeks, they're not good for people that that struggle not to rage when things go wrong, because it's probably going to be a low-scoring game week. If Firmino and Salah and Mane don't perform, it's probably going to be low scoring. You might catch someone who's going to get double figures, maybe Josh King, Stanislas, Benteke, I don't know who it might be. If you've not got them, it'll probably be quite low scoring. Now, I'm happy to take the risk, and I'm going to take a -8. But I won't rage if it goes wrong. I'll just put it down to one of those things. If you're someone that is going to go nuts if it goes badly, I don't think you should take a -12. Plus, it's going to be very hard to recoup those points. Have Peter Crouch on and do a live transfer of you taking him out of your team. That would be funny. Worth keeping Shaqiri for the rest of the season? No, probably not. You're going triple Bournemouth attack. Is that stupid? No, I don't think so. I mean, there are rumours the Beast from the East is back. There's going to be more snow this weekend. Could affect the games. I don't, if they're all going to start, I think triple Bournemouth could be good. I mean, people are still worried about whether a King or Wilson will start. I personally think they'll both start. Stephen Wood with the 199. Thank you very much. How many points am I expecting for Game Week 31? Well, I'm going to have 11 players. And one of them's Salah. So I've got to hope for at least 50 points. I don't know, a lot depends on the Stoke game because I'm a little bit more confident about having Everton players now. Just because they got like that new backline. Baines, Pickford. Sorry, obviously Pickford's been there the whole time, but Jagielka, Baines and Coleman. I think that's a little bit different than Kenny, Martina and Ashley Williams. So if they can keep a clean sheet, that's going to be huge for me. And if Walcott can nick a goal, obviously I'm going through, I'm kind of saying the best scenario, but if I can get to about 50-ish, I think it'll probably be okay. Because you've got to imagine the average will be quite low. So if I can beat the average by 20 points, and taking my hit into account, I'd be very happy with that. Someone, you want 70 points? I mean, 50's... If Salah does really well, then 50 is on the low side, to be honest. So if you think Salah's going to get you 20, 25 points... obviously he can't get 25, but 26 points, then yeah, 50 is a bit low. Someone said, come on then, Wilson versus King. Oh, I don't know, I was thinking on the drive home earlier that I might be swayed towards King now, just because of what happened last year. I really can see Wilson doing well. I think he starts. I really do. You're putting out 8 would be chuffed with 40. I mean, yeah, 5 points per player is pretty good. I mean, Switch, you've got to remember, you've got triple Liverpool though, so you can maybe hope for a little bit more than that. Whoever scores 2 goals will be the difference maker. Yeah, someone will do really well. If you've been waiting and saving to get Mane, then go for it. I know, but Stanislas has suddenly done really well. Stanislas is someone that's always done well, to be fair, once he's had a run in the team. He's just very injury prone. Stoke will win 2-0. I don't know, I wouldn't be so sure. What did Joe say? the Watford keeper will ruin everything. I'm good, Lord Vader. How are you? In my opinion, is a -4 worth it for 11 players. I have 2 free transfers, and a third would possibly be Son to Stanislas. I mean, I think Son to Stanislas is okay, because obviously Stanislas plays this week in a good fixture, and then the week after he has Watford away, whereas Son has Chelsea away. But if you've got a lot of money tied up in Son, then it's a different story, because you're going to want Son while Kane is out. I think Son almost becomes first name on my wildcard with Kane out. I mean, he's going to be that good. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to think he'll be good. He's been good all season, so if he's going to potentially get pushed up front even more, then in a position we've seen him do really well in before, then I think he's good. Is Van Aanholt nailed now, as Schlupp could be pushed back to left back and Zaha will come in now he's fit? Gotta be honest, I didn't think of that too much. I think he's probably nailed, yeah. Probably wildcarding in Game Week 32. With Watford comfortable playing a back 5, the long-range shots may be more likely the route for the opening goal. Chan and Henderson may be surprising. Yeah, possibly, but no one's bringing in those. That's the kind of thing that could happen this game week, though. Liverpool score big and it's like Chan and Henderson that are chipping in. Am I going to activate the wildcard on Saturday? No, probably not, but only because I'm really not going to be around too much this weekend. Will I activate it for Game Week 32? I think I probably will. I mean, one of the fixtures I wanted to avoid was Chelsea and Spurs, and I don't think I'm going to have too many players from those two teams. Son is a definite. Alonso is a big question mark. Because I want Lukaku and Aubameyang. I know people are keeping Firmino, but I think I want Lukaku. So I don't know if I can afford Alonso as well. Basically. Especially with De Gea. Am I doing the match of the day challenge? That might actually be a possibility. I actually have considered trying not to check any of the scores. I mean, it's only 4 games. And then when I get back on Sunday, doing like a live reveal stream. But then I remembered it's international break, so I don't know if I'm going to stream. Especially when it's only been 4 games. But then people are on wildcards, so there could be a lot of questions. Hey Matt, how's it going? I saw you drop down to 14th. Still looking good, I think. Shouldn't we wait for the double game week fixtures to be announced before hitting the wildcard? That's a good point, yeah. No, I'm pretty good for drunk FPL stuff. Yeah, I might do a live reveal. I don't know. But last time I did that, it was awful. I had an awful score. Where am I off to? I have to keep that a secret. Otherwise, everyone will be there. They won't, but still. Yeah, that's a good point. We should at least wait until the fixtures are 100% confirmed. Was Lukaku the last live reveal? I don't think so. No, I did. I'm sure I did a team reveal, like a points reveal, and I think some of the matches were still being played. And Sterling, it was when I celebrated the Sterling goal. Will I be able to watch any of the games? I don't know yet. It's my missus' birthday, so we'll see. Even though she won't mind. Surely it'd be more interesting to keep an eye on the FA Cup. I mean, I want to watch Man United for sure. Okay, free hit in Gameweek 37. I'm liking what's happening with that because I think I did mention it on the Scoutcast. I didn't necessarily say that I was going to do it, but I remember saying I want to keep my options open, basically. So now people are talking about free hitting in Gameweek 37. So the advantage is that your wildcard in Gameweek 32, 33 for the big, lucrative, we hope, double game week score. But obviously, Game Week 32 and 33 are 4 or 5 weeks before Game Week 37, and who knows what's going to happen between then and now, or now and then. So the idea is in Game Week 37, you use your free hit chip again. You use your free hit chip. So again, you have a full squad of like 11 players that are the best options for, again, what would hopefully be another big double game week. The main problems are, for those of us like me that have got their triple captain chip available, we still need to use that. Now, in some ways, I kind of like the fact it makes it a bit more interesting that I'd have to use it in a single game week. But obviously, we want to use it in a double, really. But the fact that people messed up with Kane almost makes you think I can take a bit more of a risk with it. Now the question there, how do you navigate Game Week 35? Well, a lot of this will depend on who goes through in the FA Cup. But if it's all the favourites, then the wildcard, now my wildcard that I've looked at might not be final. I've not given it too much thought. But let's say I only go for Son from Spurs, Alonso from Chelsea. Man United, I'm not going to have any more than 2 players. So that's only 4 players that are going to miss out Game Week 35 potentially. So Game Week 35 might not be that annoying to navigate, basically. But yeah, that's the other problem that people are pointing out. Game week 37 is much closer to the end of the season. At that point, I don't know how far along we'll know who's gone through in Europe and stuff. I'd have to look into that a bit more. But yeah, there's a chance that we get to game week 37 and players you want in aren't going to play, and then it's more tricky to get the right ones, etc. So yeah, it's interesting discussion. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Golf Empire with a £10 donation. That'll buy me a couple of Guinness in the for Paddy's Day on Saturday. Love the streams. They're like FPL therapy. Keep up the great work. Glad you enjoy it, my man. Or my woman, I don't know. 3 bonus points, I like it. Legit question, do you find it difficult competing with the other Scoutcast guys, considering you are all fairly open about your strategies? Ever tempted to lie? No, not really. In fact, never lied, to be honest. I mean, I'd like to beat them, of course, but you're playing against some, like, being in that Moderators and Contributors League for Fantasy Football Scout, like, it's difficult. They're all really good players. But I'm very close to Mark now. So, I'd like to beat him. Matt is saving his free transfer and going into this week with 9 players. 2 free transfers from punts like Mickey or Vardy is more profitable. So I was thinking something similar. I mean, I wasn't saving transfers, but I was thinking about punts. But do you not think players like, because of Kane getting injured especially, for me, like Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang and Vardy now, they're players you could get in your wildcard now and keep throughout. Especially Aubameyang. Now Vardy's a bit different because I think I want Mahrez. Even Mkhitaryan could be a consideration for wildcard. A couple, how much is a Guinness? Guinness, to be fair, Guinness is usually on the cheaper scale for pints, but they're usually about €4.50, €5. So that tenner wouldn't stretch too far. You like the Scoutcast, you all have very unique strategy. It's quite funny because everyone says we all play the same. You're probably wildcarding in Game Week 34 despite the WhatsApp group saying it's suicide. Hang on. Don't you have bench boost still though? Or are you just not bothered about that? Just quickly while I think of it as well, going back to the free hit 37. Like, again, it's all hypothetical because you don't know who's going to be in form, fit, injured or whatever in Game Week 37. The triple captain is probably not worth too many points. You can probably do more damage with a free hit in the double game week. But you have to consider a free hit in the double plus a triple captain outside of a double versus free hit in the 35 and the triple captain in the double. So it's going to be hard to work out. Looks like you're actually going to swap Kane for Aubameyang. You called it. Well, I'm going to swap Kane for a Game Week 31 player, and then Then the plan was to take a punt on Aubameyang or Lukaku in 32. But now I'm probably going to wildcard. Bench boost in 37, you reckon? But again, after the FA Cups this weekend, your whole mindset could change. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Anything could change this week. Yeah, Harry Kane back for Game Week 37 would be good for triple captain. Damn, Luke, you're thinking of going minus 12 or minus 16? Considering Howell keeps his cards close to his chest, what do you expect to hear that will change your moves? To be honest, he'd have to say they're injured. If he said something like, we're still assessing King, or, King did well last week, he'll definitely be in my thoughts, then that wouldn't be good enough. I'd probably go for Wilson, because I think Wilson's nailed. I could be wrong about that. Plenty think he's more of a rotation risk than I do, but for me, Wilson's part of the best 11. They're still not safe. They're still not at the 40 points yet. Yes, they've got enough games to do it, but it's the end of the season. You want to get there as soon as possible. You think FPL should be unique and people shouldn't copy others because you don't like other people? Because you don't. Oh, you don't think like other people. Have a plan and enjoy the ride. Yeah, of course, but at the same time, there's only 38 weeks. There's only a small player base to choose from. At some point, you're going to be copying each other, even if you're not outrightly doing it. Do a blank game week 31 mock free hit. I actually have another. Actually, never mind. Yeah, I can do that. I really wish there was a. Bollocks. What am I trying to say? Like a reset button where it took all your players out for you. So click a button and they'd all be gone. Yeah, people talking about Crouch. He might start, but Hesse started the last game. Juve might be back. There's going to be a late fitness test on him, so I'm certainly not expecting anything other than a cameo. I've still got the free hit yet. Most casuals will free hit this week and get away with it. Yeah, but I think anyone that isn't necessarily thinking ahead, you probably don't need to worry too much. And even if they do well, you've still got yours later on, which could be better. We don't know if it's going to be better yet. Game week 31 could turn out to be a monster score. Okay. So if I was free hitting, someone asked how much. I think it was Ben. How much selling value I got? I got 103. I think you can see it there. 103. Yeah, Walcott's been passed fit by Allardyce. Obviously, might not start, but I'm pretty confident. I don't think I'd be bringing Walcott in at this point anyway. So let me see here. Who would I go for? Let me just work it all out a sec. I seriously want to go for Rondon, by the way. When you just get a... I mean, there's not very many good reasons to go for Rondon, but because I've thought about it so much, I've told myself he's a good option. A 4-point hit for Sacco at Crystal Palace. Not sure about that. I get what you're saying, though. Yeah, if we're going to go for a Huddersfield attacker, then we're probably going for Mounier, not a midfielder. So we're playing 3-4-3 straight away. Back to Bournemouth. Mr. Stanislas? I don't know. I might change this around in a minute, but this is what we're looking at so far. I really don't know about Shaqiri now, by the way, either. I think you probably do include Shaqiri if you're free hitting. I think you do. And I go Butland. I just thought in my head then, make sure you hit make transfers. Jesus Christ, that would be so bad. Who else is probably the second best keeper? Don't know really. Doesn't really matter because Butland's going to play. How are we getting on here? Got to have Shaqiri. I don't know. I think I'd want attacking defenders. I don't know. If I was free hitting, I'd always have in the back of my mind about having attackers versus defenders. So Mounier versus Van Aanholt, Shaqiri versus Baines. Don't sneeze. I know that would be a nightmare. Yeah, I think I'd probably go double Stoke defence. Not have Walcott and just hope for the best. Yeah, I could go Zaha instead of Shaqiri. Where is he? Jack Bauer. Something like that, maybe. Let's have a look. Who are we missing out? West Brom players, I think, is fair enough. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, I'd say. Maybe a Huddersfield defender like Schindler or Zanka instead of Van Aanholt and hope that Palace don't score. Butland over Pickford for sure, yeah. King instead of Mooney. Yeah, you could You could go triple Bournemouth. Something like that anyway. I don't know. I don't know about Shaqiri, to be honest. I can see something like that Super Tiger, but it's not popular opinion. Richarlison dominate. Oh, it'd be so good. I mean, to be fair, there's not too many options in the free hit. I mean, you could sit here and go through different players over and over again, but something. I mean, that's probably pretty standard. How many points am I predicted on Fantasy Football Fix? No idea. Why Butland over Pickford? I just think that's going to be a really low scoring game, so I'm always going to go for the home keeper. Plus, Butland's making loads of saves. Watford put 3 past Liverpool start of the season. Yeah, but yeah, that was the start of the season. Liverpool were in very good form. Oh no, not mock wildcard team. The problem with the mock wildcard team is there's a lot of different options, and then people people will be telling me to switch every player out for every other player. At least with free hit, you've not got too many options. If I was forced to use a chip this week, would it be triple captain or free hit? Triple captain, I think, on Salah. Free hit, I just think, is more important later on. I'm hoping it's going to be more important. I don't think... so, question there from every tip. I don't see why Gameweek 31 is bad for the free hit. 4 home teams playing clubs that are arguably in worse shape than they are. Absolutely agree with you. I don't think a free hit is... And when I say free hit, I just don't think having a full team of 11 will necessarily mean bad points. But most people have already got 2 or 3 Liverpool, plus a couple of other players. So with 1 or 2 more transfers, they're up to like 7 or 8 players anyway. I don't think a free hit is necessary for most people. Now, if you've got a low amount of players, like, I don't know, less than 4 and only 1 free transfer, then maybe you'd have to rethink. This is why you think the expected points people have come up with are probably conservatives. Maybe, yeah. No Rondon. If I was free hitting, I'd probably actually be tempted to take... I know most of this team is a punt anyway, because they're all differentials, but I'd probably be tempted to go like Rondon, because I know that I'm pretty safe elsewhere. I'd probably be quite happy to go Rondon instead of Mounier. The fact you put Mane over Van Dijk in your team suggests you know the right answer for your poll. No, because free hitting, I can get Mane and Stanislas. Now, if I didn't... if I hadn't made any transfers last year, not got last week, sorry, not got Walcott in my team, had an extra free transfer this week, then I'll get Stanislas and Mane, and I would just get Van Aanholt instead of Van Dijk. But because of the way my team's set up and the way I've approached this, it is now Mane or Stanislas, unless I want to take another hit. But taking Walcott out from -4 is not clever. Even I know that. The free hits lets you not consider game 31 in all previous weeks. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you shouldn't be in game week 31 now, coming up to game week 30, and still deciding whether to use the free hit or not, really. Because either you've planned for 31, at least in some way, and you don't need it, or you've not planned, you've made all your transfers based on getting points in the weeks running up to this, and now you're using it. So, if you're still considering using it, I think you're in a pretty bad place. Or you're overthinking. Good morning from Malaysia. Hello. Good evening from Ireland. Super Tiger, I hope you get your Richarlison goal. That'd be awesome. You're hoping for a 60-point week from the free hit. Do you think that's unrealistic? It's not unrealistic. It could happen with the players on offer. You're going to probably want Salah to do quite well, though. You've had Alexander-Arnold. Very nice. Van Dijk or Sorloth will be the top scorer this week. Van Dijk. Van Dijk means I can get Stanislas. I'm just worried about Mane. The thing with Mane is he's in pretty good form. Very aware of the fact that he scored twice and got an assist in the last 3. Now, before that, to be fair, not so good. Who's he going to be up against? Holobas, I guess. Yeah, Stanislas worries me at the moment. Not owning him. But then if I own Stanislas, I don't own Mane, so maybe I'll be just as worried about him. Oh, he's up against Prado, is he? Okay. Where's Holobas playing then? Sorloth, you'd urge caution. Zaha, Loftus-Cheek and Kabay all back fit. Yeah, they might go back to 1 up front. Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm thinking Mane plays on the right and Salah plays on the left. Like an idiot. I mean, they've only played like that all season. Yeah, I've just got their positions wrong. That'd be a chip idea. Select one team at the start of the season where you can get 4 players. Oh, that'd be horrible. Imagine if you'd done it this year, and I mean, you probably wouldn't, but imagine if you'd like chosen Man United or something, and then other people in your main league had chosen Man City. That'd be a killer. Walcott could do well as Stokes left back isn't the quickest. Sterling did him for pace. I think Sterling's a bit quicker than Walcott these days, though. You're right, though, yeah, Walcott's still a bit quick. I don't really want to switch that team. I'm pretty happy with it. I'll quickly do a wildcard team, but I'm not going to sit here changing it loads because we don't know for sure the fixtures, and when I've done this before, it just ends up with everyone telling me to swap everyone. Like I put 11 in, I change 11, and then people tell me to change all those 11. So in classic me style, 2 Man United players straight away. Let's be honest. By the way, while I'm doing this, if you haven't already, it'd be much appreciated if you click that like button. And if you're new around here, subscribe. And if you haven't already, click the little eye in the top right hand corner and get voting on those polls. Alderweireld back. He's very expensive though. You're going to see when you come to wildcard, it's very difficult. So let's go Mahrez. Aubameyang. So then strikers, you're probably looking for cheap strikers. So you're looking for Jordan Ayew, but he's obviously suspended at the moment. Ashley Barnes, I can't believe I'm saying that. Glenn Murray maybe at Brighton. But then if you want a cheap midfielder, Gross is an option. So I'm going to, for now, just put in Ashley Barnes as my bench fodder maybe. Can you give the names of some teams you think who will have a double game week? Basically, anyone that is not playing this week will have a double game week, and any team they play in game week 34 will also have one. No, sorry, yeah, any team not playing this week should have one in game week 34, but nothing is guaranteed. Actually, yeah, that's a good point, actually. Goodmanson and Glenn Murray are probably the better way around. Goodmanson, I've actually picked twice as a fantasy island risk this year. Once he came in. Just a couple of weeks ago. Rashford. Nah. And then, for one, a Man City player. I mean, this is a bit knee-jerk because he did so well recently, but David Silva's not missed many games when he's not been... Obviously, he's had some troubles, family troubles, which seem to be getting better, which is great. So he's not missed too many games outside of when he's had to go back. Atsu, nah. If you're going to go Newcastle, you're probably going Kennedy right now. And then in goal, I'm probably looking at Fabianski. Let's just say I want Alonso for now, even though I think it's going to be so difficult to fit him in. Funnily enough, Duffy and me could both stay. So Duffy will have Palace away. Wait, no, is that right? I think because he could have I think Brighton could have another game week, double game week, couldn't they? I don't know. I can't remember now. Yeah, no, okay, I probably don't want Duffy. I think me... Yeah, Leicester at home and Chelsea at home. Obviously, Chelsea at home is not ideal, but Burnley at home could be okay. Looks like the template already. I know, it will be so template. Yeah, Hazard is definitely a consideration. It's just... For me, if I get Hazard, I'd probably taken Salah out. Now, some people will do that on Wildcard, and it could come out really well. But that is a ballsy decision. The problem with Liverpool make it very tough because they don't have double game weeks, but they have very good home fixtures. So in the double game week 34, Salah has Bournemouth. End of the season he has Brighton. Game week 36 is Stoke at home. But if they get forward, if they get through in Europe, you could drop Salah. I mean, that would be risky, but it'd be interesting. Yeah, some people saying you could downgrade me. You're right. I think Lauren's a bit cheaper. Right, he's still playing right now. Willian, yeah, definitely an option. Conte said after the Barca game that Willian and Hazard and a striker is a good balance. I mean, Willian, if he's going to play, is a really nice price. Discussions about dropping Salah are classic end of season FPL discussions because a lot of us will go for double game week only players. Now last year I had one player that wasn't double game week, which was Josh King, but that was totally different because, well, sorry, it wasn't different. He was doing nearly as well as Salah every week. The difference was he was cheaper. So it's much easier to keep him. You have to at least have the conversation about dropping Salah, I think. I mean, what's Chelsea's double game week in 34? Southampton away and Burnley away. I mean, that's not ideal. What was the other defenders? I think I've seen people call them out. So yeah, Chilwell. See, Maguire would be nice, but it's too expensive. So Chilwell's a cheap option in. This is why I don't like Alonso. Because I could go Monreal, Maguire. Oh, I still can't get two. No, I can get two 4.5s then. Double game week blinkers on when talking about dropping Salah. I know. That's the other thing, yeah. Do you lose Firmino? Christensen could be an option, 5.3. But we know what happened with Christensen earlier in the season. Ugh. Could go Chilwell here. 5.4 million to spend. I don't know about Mawson and Fabianski because Swansea's fixtures after the double are pretty ugly. Chris Smalling, 5.4. Triple up on Man United. You're talking my language now. That ain't that bad, is it? Job done. Easy. I love the fact you all know triple Man United would appeal straight to me. That's looking nice, I reckon. That is looking nice. Now we're done. We are done. That's so good, I'm going to take a screenshot of it right now. Although, by the time 32 comes around, I probably won't be able to afford it. Is that defence too expensive? Is Smalling nailed? Yeah, that's a good question. Once Jones is back, who knows? I don't think Bailly is an issue. I think Bailly will continue starting now. I'm trying to think who else isn't playing that I might want. What's the plan for a wildcard with the Kane return? The plan is to seriously cross my fingers that he doesn't come back for Gameweek 34. If he does, that's a big problem. I could go... I don't know, actually. I don't want to weaken my wildcard for a Kane that might not be back for the double. But of course, you've got to have that in mind. Kane's double is not the best though. Man City at home, Newcastle at home. I don't know. Man City, pretty difficult to beat. Consider the formation. You can't play 3-5-3, so you might consider a cheaper midfielder than Goodmanson. Yeah, I could do that, yeah. Could go for Kennedy. Could go for Andy King at Swansea. 4.2 million. That would then let me get like a 4.5 million defender, I think, and get Kane for Lukaku. But I want Lukaku, man. I shouldn't though, I know. Go on then, help me out. Who's better than Chris Smalling? If we're not getting Chris Smalling for 5.4 million, who are we getting instead? How much is Kane? 12.7 is he? 12.8. He will be 12.7. 37 fixtures are critical for this wildcard. Double Arsenal defence? I don't think so. Although they got real nice home fixtures. Robertson, Van Dijk. Nah, come on, we need double game week players. Fuchs, double Leicester. Laporte. Silva to Williams, save some cash. Save some cash for who though? Ooh, Ben Davies. He's a bit expensive though. 5.9. Keep small and get rid of Christensen. Nah. Spurs defenders are a bit pricey, lads. Trippier, if he was going to play for sure, I'll be all over him. Yeah, Aurier, Trippier, Davis, they're all problems. Silva to Willian, Smalling to Walker. Could work. I don't know about double Swansea. Could go Mawson. Super Alfie Mawson. What's their double? Everton at home, Southampton at home. I mean, that's nice. Nah, Van Dijk. No, we want double game week players, lads. Gonna be hard watching Chelsea matches without Alonso, Hazard or Willian. Yeah, you're probably right. Can't have everything though. It's not really double Swansea. You'd only be playing Fabianski for the bench boost. That's true, yeah. Am I sure on David Silva? Basing that off the Stoke performance, would you have had him in before? Maybe not. I did say it's maybe a little bit of a biased decision. Christensen to Azpilicueta. Don't know. Yeah, I am bench boosting in 34 for sure. See you later, Physio. Cheers for tuning in. How long have we been on for, by the way? Okay, we're coming up to poll time, so... Gosh, sugar, I'm looking at the wrong screen. I'm looking at the YouTube stream where I've not done the finger thing yet. And now I'm going to watch it and I'm going to see the finger in the wrong place. Here we go. Thinking about it. How delayed is it? Maybe I've already done it and I just missed it. Anyway, little eye up here. Click that and vote on the polls. We're going to go through them soon. So get them done now. Vote early, vote often. Just vote. Mkhitaryan, yeah, he's an option. I mean, you're telling me... Definitely telling me players I could get in. Right? Do I want double Arsenal? Triple Arsenal this would be. They do have some really good fixtures. Really good. Could do with them. They went through in Europe tonight, right? Can anyone confirm if the double game weeks are official? No, they're not. But we think they'll be in 34 and 37. Anyway, this is ish what I'm going to go for, I think. There you go, 6.4 million. How good are Chelsea's home fixtures? Oh wow, real nice. Real nice. Aspilicueta is 6.9. Oof. What about Ramsey? Ramsey could be an option if he stopped getting rotated. Yeah, Arsenal might do that. Put all their eggs in one Europa League basket. Is Kane out for the rest of the season? We don't know yet. Pochettino actually came out and said there is no time frame for him. You'd be going for a double Man United backline. Well, I could. I could go for Eric Bailly. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada bang. I don't know, whatever it is. Oh, Ramsey's having a groin operation, is he? Double Man United defence. I don't know. Are the clean sheets still there, lads? They got some nice fixtures though. How much is Valencia actually? 6.9 million. Wow. That is pricey. I don't really know how much threat he really has. I watch Valencia play and he just, even from a non-FPL point of view, he winds me up how much he just cuts inside and passes the ball. Just never tries to go past the player. 0 Man City players. That seems risky. You think you'd rather have Firmino over Aubameyang? I feel like Aubameyang is almost a must on my wildcard at this point. Lukaku? Maybe not. The criticism Jose got was intense and will rise if United don't attack more. I don't think he really cares though, to be honest. You're shocked on without Alonso. Well, it's not guaranteed, lads. Might get him in. Liverpool fixtures are too good to only have Salah. You can't have everyone though. Do you know what I'm saying? Right, there's Alonso. Find me 0.8 million. Do you know where it is? Lukaku to Firmino. Actually, it's Christensen out. Schwanger. Oh, Norton, 4.6. Are you having a laugh? Van der Horn, is he still playing every game? Yeah, pretty much. Fernandez. Are they playing 3 at the back? I'm so out of the loop with Swansea. Yeah, I could downgrade Goodmanson. There we go. Job done. There's the team. That's it. Alonso, Williams, Son, Salah, Mahrez, Goodmanson, Murray, Aubameyang, Lukaku. We are done, lads. Come on, what's wrong with that? Nothing. Happy out. Wasting money on that 5th mid or 3rd striker. Yeah, but I'm thinking of the doubles, aren't I? Goodmanson hat-trick against Chelsea. We're laughing. If Arsenal continue to play in the Europa League, their confidence will grow and this will result in some good FPL points. They do usually finish season strong, you're right. Screenshot number 2. Nah, I don't need Vardy, I've got Mahrez, come on. This is what I mean. It doesn't matter how many times I make changes. The 300 odd people watching the stream will not be happy. You'd have 2 free transfers, remember. Yep, that's true. That is true. Okay, I'm gonna tweet this out because we might go for a longer stream than normal tonight. So let's see if we can entice people in. Oh, favourite FPL player ever. Now we're talking. Hang on a sec. What formation is that? That's obviously the 5-5-2. Oh my god. Hang on. I've got 12 notifications, which is weird when I'm streaming. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. Hang on a second. Still streaming. Now I've just got to find the stream link. How much money in the bank? 0. So yeah, we're not really accounting for any price raises there. Look, I mean, I'm being realistic. That's probably not going to be the exact team I go for. There'll be changes to come next week, but I think it's similar enough to what I want to go for. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go Lukaku and Aubameyang. I know Liverpool's fixtures are good. I'm going to want that double game week player. Now, I could keep Firmino and money in the bank for 2 weeks, but then I'm guaranteeing myself a transfer. Excuse me, Lukaku away to Man City does not inspire me with much confidence, to be honest. Okay, just tweeting out now, lads. Just tweeting out now. I really feel like I'm going to press the wrong button soon and just confirm these transfers. Do I hashtag wildcard? People are just going to reply to my tweet. Willian not nailed enough. I don't know, I think they've been looking better with him. What 5 players are a must on your wildcard? If I look at that team right now, the players which I'm almost certain will be on it: Mahrez, Salah, Son, Aubameyang. I don't know if I'm settled on a 5th. Pretty sure Lukaku will be there. I don't think he's a must though. Maybe Alonso. So Mahrez, Salah, Son for sure, and Aubameyang. I'll give you 4. I think Son has got to play the majority, especially with Kane out. How would you get Kane back in? I think you worry about that when Kane's back. Do I really expect Morial to play 180 minutes? I mean, I'd hope so. Could go for a centre-back instead. Anyway, like I said, this is not set in stone just yet. Chelsea, United and Spurs out of the Champions League was a blessing for rotation. It would definitely help. But obviously just remember, they've all got double game weeks because they're still in the FA Cup. So let's see if they go through. I mean, I think it's a fine wildcard. I mean, it's fine because it's going to be template enough. Most people are going to have Mahrez, Salah, Son, Aubameyang, I'd say. A lot of people will go for De Gea. And after that, yes, of course, they won't be exactly the same players, but the structure will be similar, I'd say. So, it's good. Hopefully that you do all decide to have a different team and I get loads of points. No, only messing. Why does Llorente not get a look in? I don't know, the same reason the guy that was there, Janssen or whatever his name was before, didn't get a look in. They're just not good, are they? They're not as good as Kane. They got better options when Kane's out. Where are the best team in the Premier League? Lukaku's up front and De Gea's in goal. I thought you were against a top price keeper. Yeah, we're coming to the end of the season now. Got a bit more money in the bank. Clean sheet De Gea, save points. What's not to like? Thoughts on Hughes as the new Saints manager from an FPL perspective? I've seen a few things knocking around about how he likes Gabbiadini, so maybe he'll get a look in now. But do I really want to go there? Probably not. I mean, I saw a ridiculous tweet earlier that was like 6 managers. It's something like 6 managers have been signed by 10 clubs 25 times. Like, it's just crazy. It just doesn't inspire me with any confidence, Mark Hughes. Lukaku, not great value. Absolutely agreed. Not punting on Sanchez. Oh, no, there's not enough midfield spots. Didn't Jose rotate De Gea at the end of last season? I think you are potentially right there, but we were also in the Europa League, so I'd say that probably had something to do with it. Fabianski is very much a, just because he's got a double game week type pick. Who will be my captain in Game Week 34? Good question. It's a bit annoying. It's not annoying to answer, but you've got to try and remember. I never remember who the fixtures are because they're not written down yet. Southampton at home, Leicester away is okay for Aubameyang. Lukaku's 2 home fixtures. West Brom. Do you know what? Lukaku looks like a good shout. Burnley away, Arsenal at home, definitely not. Spurs, Man City at home, Newcastle at home. I mean, Son could be an option. Probably Aubameyang on Lukaku, looking at it right now. Willian's got an away fixture. Southampton away, Burnley away. Lukaku on Aubameyang, bring it on. Stevens a threat from set pieces. He could be, yeah. Push next. Yeah, but the fixtures aren't in there yet. The second fixtures aren't in there. So it doesn't help. If that's what you're on about. Would you say you were targeting mainly double game week players in your wildcard as sound advice? I mean, double game weeks are worth a lot. You don't want to... This discussion comes up every year. You don't necessarily want to completely avoid players with great single game week fixtures. So Liverpool are one of those sides. So I'm not getting rid of Salah, for example. Although I could be tempted into it, maybe. But we'll see. If Son and or Willian get rotated, you're in trouble. Yeah, maybe. I mean, who's not looking at Son right now? Well, I'll take a -4 to take out Calvert-Lewin and bring in Mounier. Unless you really think Mounier is going to get double figures, probably not. Because Calvert-Lewin could start. Would I ever get 5 big midfielders? Yeah, if the strategy worked. Goodmanson, he's in flying form. Salah to Sanchez. No, can you imagine the pain? I can't do it. Look at Watford's home fixtures, just for you, Joe. So I've seen you mention Watford a few times. But I mean, who am I getting from Watford? A cheap defender, I guess. Bournemouth at home, Burnley at home, Palace at home, Newcastle at home. Huddersfield away, not bad, you know. Holobas 4.8 million. Yeah, you could be on something there. Robert, greetings from Sweden. Hello. Son has nearly 100,000 transfers in this week. That's crazy. Oh, polls. Let's do them before I forget. I need to refresh. Hang on a second. Okay. If we refresh there. I'll be right with you. Okay. So the first one is to help me out. So I'm currently looking. Oh, it keeps sliding this way. So I'm looking at Van Dijk and Stanislas or Van Aanholt and Mane. Now originally, like I said earlier in the stream, I was looking at Mane, and I have been for a few weeks. But obviously Stanislas has done really well. Getting Van Dijk will let me get 3 Liverpool and Stanislas. So 63% agree. Van Dijk and Stanislas. Now that's the same as on Twitter, very similar percentage. I don't know how I can go against that now. I think I might have to forget Mane. I'm putting all my eggs in the Stanislas basket though. So I'm probably going to get Wilson as well. So that's a Bournemouth basket, I should say. But there you go. 63% think Van Dijk and Stanislas. 36% think Van Aanholt and Mane. How many hits for game week 31? So 40% going for -4. So that's the most popular. Followed by 0 hits, 27%. Then a -8, 25%. So quite high to be fair. That's probably what I'm going to do. 4% of you taking a -12, and only 1% taking -16 or more. When are you wildcarding? Game week 32, 63%. Yeah, quite obvious. I think that was going to be. 19% of you already used it apparently. That's a bit higher than I thought it would have been. 11% saying game week 33. And 5% saying a different game week apparently. Interesting to know when that would be. Any love for using a free hit in game week 37? 48% saying nope. Game week 35 all the way. So that's probably actually a bit lower than I thought it would be. 25% have already used it though, so maybe that's why. 25% of you are considering it. And 0%. 0% looking at using it in a different week than 35 and 37. And then best non-Firmino striker. Obviously I couldn't use every option here as always, but 36% is Meunier, 32% Wilson, so they're within 4% of each other. Then 19% King, only 4% for the King Sorlot, and then 7% someone else. So there you go. There are your polls. Let's keep going. Let's keep going this evening. We'll go for a bit longer. Usually hour and 15 minutes, I'd have it stopped by now. But it's a blank game week. Am I going to make transfers today to avoid price changes? I'm not, and that basically, as soon as those changes go through, I won't be able to afford that wildcard team. But them's the breaks. You should keep track of how the polls do and see if they're worth following. Yeah, maybe that's an idea for next year. Oh, I love these questions. Would I rather win FPL or Man United win the quadruple and Ireland win the World Cup? I mean, I live in Ireland, but I'm not Irish, so Ireland winning the World Cup wouldn't be top of my list. Although being in Ireland when Ireland win the World Cup would be amazing. Yeah, that would be a good night. The quadruple. Oh, the quadruple. I mean, usually it's League or FPL win, and I always choose the FPL win. Quadruples, though, you're watching history. But then winning FPL, that's also history. I know people already hate me because I'm thinking about it. A lot of people will be like, quadruple. I don't know, I just think winning FPL is like a personal thing. Put so much time into it, so many years into it. Why would I not take the win? Andy would 100% pick the FPL win. I probably would. You're the only man left in Ireland right now. They're all at Cheltenham. I didn't realise Cheltenham was such a big thing to the Irish. Okay, I'm losing stuff now. Mark my words, Benteke. He gets around 15 goals a season, but he's only got a few this season, so something tells me he's about to hit form. But what's telling you that, though? That's a wild hunch. I mean, you could be right, of course. Let's have a look how many goals he usually scores. So, he's only scored more than 15 or more twice. So he scored 19 in his first season, then 10, 13, 9, 15. And you're right, to be fair. He's only got 2 goals this season, so just going via previous seasons, it could go up a bit. It'll be interesting to have a community Let's Talk FPL team next season. Yeah, I know I need to do more stuff on the stream. I really do. Now, I don't think I can have it where the chat pick a transfer, because you've seen what happens with wildcard teams. Everyone has their own opinion, which is fair. So I'd have to choose like 1 or 2 different transfers maybe and let people vote on it and just see how it goes, including the captain probably. We'd have to just decide how we want to do it. So we could do it where we choose it as a differential team, where we don't captain the obvious player, or we can do it and try and get the best rank. But yeah, I'm up for that. How do I find time to do FPL stuff? Just I don't know, the same way you find time to watch it. I don't know. I mean, when it's a live stream, anytime you're watching is the time it's taking me to do it. The only additional time really is setting the stream up, putting the polls up, doing the tweets. It doesn't take that long. I mean, I'm in a position where my kid's in bed quite early still. He's quite young. So it's just kind of spending the evenings, really. And I think the more I do it, the quicker you get at stuff as well. Like tonight, like if I was working tomorrow, I wouldn't be streaming so late now. Plans for St. Patrick's Day. Few beers here and there. A couple of Disaronnos maybe. It's my missus' birthday on St. Patrick's Day, so we'll be out celebrating somewhere. You'd have to have controlled options to pick from. Yeah, exactly. I'd have to pick the options. Have I ever met a viewer in real life? So, one guy tweeted me to say, I've just seen you, but you looked busy or something, so I didn't come and say hi. And let's see. And one guy started new at work and then recognised me. I think he recognised me from the Scoutcast. The more you do it, the quicker you get at it. Something like that, yeah. It wasn't like a weird tweet. He just said, I think I tweeted something and he replied and said, were you just a such and such? Do I not fancy Mkhitaryan? Yeah, he could be a decent option. Maybe even someone different to Willian. Would I go Tozen or Benteke? Probably Benteke. Just pick no players above 10% ownership. I don't know if I'd want to do something like that because, as a general rule, that those teams don't work. So then what are you playing for? I'd rather not set like a differential requirement, and then just see how the community picks go. And you could choose something random if you wanted. Shame you're not UK based. It'd be cool if we could go for beers. Well, I'll probably be over at some point. I mean, the Scoutcast, the Fantasy Football Scout guys usually do something. So I'm usually over for 2 days. Ever run 2 FPL teams as a separate test team? No, I really would just Not have the patience for doing that. Plus, I'd be really annoyed if my test team, where I was testing stuff out, started beating my normal team. Mr. Tools, no, I'm pretty much going to wildcard in 32, I think. Let's talk FPL beers. The problem is then, like, you have to get everyone in this. I'm not saying no, but you got to get everyone in the same place and people drop out and all that stuff. But it's definitely not 100% no. We'll see. I saw a question then that I wanted to read out, but I've missed it. Let's Talk FPL is way slicker than it was. I think that's a compliment. Exactly, Chris Finley. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Especially the likes. We like likes. What are we on anyway? We've had nearly 300 people in this stream. It must be up close to 100. Only 64, that is slacking. I'm 65 now. First round on Fozzie, I'm there. £400 bar tab. That doesn't sound good. There's me saying, what present have you bought Orla? I can't say, she's watching the stream. Apparently so's my little boy. There's me saying he's usually in bed by this time. Apparently he's woken up. He's not been feeling too well, so I'm going to have to go soon. So I'll say hi, Tom. Hey. You're up for the Let's Talk FPL crawl with Fozzie buying pants of champagne. Can we go with that Man City from Gameweek 32? Really? You don't have to, of course. Okay, I did wonder if it was supposed to be pints. Pints of champagne. Ooh. I'm aiming for a top 10k rank. That'd be good. No need for Alonso? Maybe. I've done the polls, yeah, but I mean, if we get a load more votes, I'll do the polls again for a little bit, in a little bit. Tom is famous, he is. Tom's team to be added next season. He's always given me advice. Although I think I was supposed to keep Lukaku longer than I did.